Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session designed to help a client that I was working with prepare for very high-stakes negotiations. And negotiations normally have a goal of a win-win outcome. Most good negotiations are looking for the greater good where all parties benefit. But in order to get that win-win, it obviously means that you as an individual, whatever you're negotiating for, definitely has to be a win. And that might be getting a certain financial recognition, or it might be having certain outcomes or directions included in any certain decisions. So it's really important to have absolute clarity as to what you want in any form of negotiation. What you're going to hear in this particular hypnosis session is a client that had two key role models that they believed would give them the ultimate in negotiating mindset. And one was their grandfather, who had moved from being a farmer to a four-star general, but also their future self that they believed that over the next few decades would accumulate a huge amount of experience and wisdom. And from the trajectory that they were on, I think that's absolutely true. So what you're going to hear is a form of future pacing that goes through an imagined set of negotiations that they would have an idea of the people involved and that kind of stuff, but while activating a very, very resourceful state where the perception, the mindset, the way of thinking about what's happening means that they would be calm and composed, but also strategic in steering things towards the direction that they wanted without being confrontational, dismissive, or being seen to be aloof or out of their depth. The key state they wanted to access is being able to hold their own. And if you think of negotiations as a bit of back and forth, if you give too much away, then you could say that you're being a pushover, you're getting steamrolled, you're not holding your own. So therefore, they definitely wanted to protect their interests, but also the interests of the people that had supported them that far in their journey. I think for anyone about to encounter a form of negotiation or discussion, this could be quite useful. Please bear in mind, though, that it was created for an individual with very specific circumstances and outcomes. So not all the suggestions would necessarily map across to you and your situation. That said, the human mind has this incredible ability to accept the things that are relevant and disregard those that aren't. So also it could be useful from that perspective. If you feel that having a personalized hypnotherapy session with me may be useful for you, feel free to check out my website, which is adamcox.co.uk, or there will be a link in the show notes where you can learn more about me and to book that free consultation call. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in a slow, relaxing, calm breath. And as you exhale, Release all tension from your eyelids, around your eyes, and as you breathe out, feel a sense of release, that you're letting go of those emotions not needed right now. As you breathe in, get a sense of calm, serene, stoic resources going in through your nose, filling your lungs, melting away any tension. And as you breathe out, feel that what holds you back is leaving you, and what is most important for you is going in, enabling you to feel more and more relaxed, that you're drifting to a place where powerful changes take place. I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a young farmer, perhaps from many years ago, almost like you've gone back in time. And I want you to imagine this young farmer was called to a challenge far beyond their level of experience or skills at that point in time. I want you to imagine seeing someone that arose to the challenge, that even when the responsibilities increased, the pressures and the stakes rose, I want you to see a person that held their own, that unlocked powerful resources inside themselves, but only because the challenge needed it. I want you to follow this farmer on a journey to becoming an elite, prestigious general, responsible for the lives of others, and still finding it within themselves to make good decisions, to negotiate for what they wanted, but prepared to use whatever means possible. I want you to imagine seeing that now older general at a negotiating table, perhaps negotiating for peace, but prepared for war. They want a particular outcome, but they are prepared for any outcome. And when you can see them exuding the qualities, focused on a win-win, but willing to do whatever is necessary, just let me know by nodding your head. And then imagine stepping into that person at the negotiating table, and notice a lack of confrontation. Notice a feeling of deep inner conviction, a calm serenity, perhaps even a unique curiosity. I want you to get a sense that sometimes in negotiations, it's the person that doesn't need an outcome, simply wants it, finds themselves in a stronger negotiating position. I want you to scan your body for where you feel these resources, qualities within you. And then imagine floating through time where you see yourself, perhaps, in the near future, also in high-stakes negotiations. And those qualities you saw in the farmer that became the general, I want you to imagine seeing those qualities in you. A deep inner strength, calm serenity. Of course, people are always tested, emotionally tested, intellectually tested. I want you to see that you're up for the challenge, embracing the challenge. You either win or you learn, and here I want you to see yourself doing both. See that version of you, calm and confident in discussions and negotiations, seemingly able to pull stats and facts out of the ether when needed. But see that version of you curious in a calm, composed, non-threatening way, using questions to stimulate deep reflection of entrenched ideas, to enable subtle influence to take place. See a version of you that is able to play the game well, gathering all the information. It's a negotiation, but also reconnaissance. You want the negotiations to go well, but see a version of you learning so much that even if the negotiations don't, that you are infinitely wiser than you were before. I want you to imagine there is another figure, perhaps around the negotiations, a figure that looks like you in the future, perhaps far in the future, maybe 20, 30, 40 years in the future. See an older version of you with all of the wisdom and all of the experience, almost telepathically able to coach and guide that younger version of you. See a version of you that is accessing resources far and wide. And then see another figure that looks like a general from the past, also around the negotiations, and they can coach and guide you unconsciously to ask the right questions and feel you're not alone in these negotiations. Feel that that version of you is harnessing wisdom, strategy, and experience from the past and the future simultaneously. Almost like time is being stretched and distorted, so you get to access all the resources you need in a moment in time at the very point where you need it most. And then imagine stepping into that version of you in the near future, feeling a wonderful feeling of resourcefulness. Feel that you are fully prepared and equipped for this negotiation, feeling a deep sense of calm and clarity. Your mind is sharp, ready to engage with complex ideas and strategies effortlessly. You can feel a natural curiosity about the perspectives and methodologies of others, fostering both understanding and rapport. Notice how you feel that you possess a quiet confidence, knowing you can hold your own ground with anyone, regardless of their experience, background, or intellect. Your thoughts flow freely, allowing you to articulate your ideas with precision and persuasiveness. And you approach this negotiation with a flexible mindset, ready to adapt and find creative solutions. Every breath you take fills you with peace and focus, keeping you centered throughout the negotiation. And notice how you use your curiosity strategically to uncover insights that guide the negotiation towards a win-win outcome. You are resilient and determined, prepared to intensify your focus if your preferred outcome is challenged. Because your presence is commanding yet inviting, encouraging open and honest dialogue. But you also find it easy to listen actively, understanding not just the words but the intentions behind them, as you effortlessly build rapport, creating a foundation of trust and mutual respect, built on a shared vision of the future. Notice how your mind synthesizes information quickly, enabling you to respond thoughtfully and decisively. You are adept at influencing the flow of the conversation in a gentle, confident but non-confrontational manner, because your negotiation strategy is clear in your mind, guiding you to make decisions that align with your goals, but also protect the interest of those people that have supported and worked with you so far. You exude a calm authority that reassures others of your competence and intentions. Your approach to negotiation is balanced, blending assertiveness with empathy. And yet, you are unwavering in your pursuit of a fair and beneficial outcome for all parties involved, particularly those that helped you get this far on the journey. Your confidence is unshakable, rooted in your preparation, skills, and inner strength. And when the negotiations conclude, you're left feeling satisfied and accomplished, having achieved your objectives through focus and collaboration, ready for whatever happens. If you get the outcome, you're happy. And if you don't, in a strange way, the process itself will unlock even more determination, focus, and an intense drive to achieve the goal regardless. Whatever happens in these negotiations, you've already won by being in them. And if your unconscious mind accepts that by harnessing your resources and resources from the past and the future, you have an edge in these negotiations, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And then feel like you're returning to the present, taking a sense of clarity, deep inner strength, but also optimism with you. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect fully with the present moment as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, confident, a sense of lightness, a sense that you have all the time in the world to do what needs to be done. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.